At the Trump rally in New York City at Madison Square Garden, Dana White endorses Donald Trump for the presidential election, which takes place next week, Tuesday, November 5th.
He's proving he can build the strongest economy in American history. He's proven he can secure our borders and keep our nation safe. He's proven to be the strong leader allies and adversaries alike must respect. He's proven he loves this country so much, he's literally put his life on the line for it.
Dana will be back at Madison Square Garden in 3 weeks for UFC 309. Trump may also be in attendance at that event. BJ Penn thinks that the CIA is behind Max Holloway getting knocked out by Ilia Topuria.
There really is a thing called the sabotage squad. I saw it in politics. This does sound crazy, I know it does, but this is basically it. If you can't be mayor, you can't be governor, then no way you can become a billionaire and have all this power, because with $1 billion right now, if the state was too hard on the less fortunate, I could buy a $500 million worth of Navy SEALs and then $500 million worth of Delta Force and go overthrow the state or whatever. And I just know whoever talked me into fighting the Frankie Edgar fight, you know, they must have been working with them or whatever, or talk somebody to talk me into it. And that one judge scored 5 rounds against me and all this and that, and not taking away anything from Frankie. Frankie knows that. I love that guy. He kicked my ass 3 times. But there is this thing. There really is this thing called the sabotage squad, and we really got to start preparing for them, because you know, all of these guys, they're around, they're everywhere. They're all of our friends, all of this, they're all secret society.
Some people are debating who's the fighter of the year, Alex Pereira or Ilia Topuria. Pereira knocked out Hill, Prochazka, and Roundtree in the span of 5 months, which is extremely impressive, but I think I gotta go with Topuria. He knocked out Volkanovski and Holloway, 2 of the greatest featherweights of all time. Level of competition matters. He knocked out 2 of the all-time greats and 2 of the top current greats, and nobody's knocked out Max Holloway before, despite him facing big hitters at 145 and 155. Fighter of the year, Ilia Topuria. Who you picking? Let me know in the comments. 2 of the judges had it 2-0 going into the 3rd round for Topuria. 1 judge had it 1-1. Topuria's power does not fade as the fight goes on. He has wins by knockout in round 1, 2, and 3 now. The guy who probably did the best against Topuria in the UFC was Youssef Zalal, who fights this weekend against Jack Shore. Since returning to the UFC, Zalal has 2 wins, 2 good submission victories. Banging Macy Barber has really upped his game. Diego Lopes, who is the backup fighter of the weekend for the main event, expects to take on either Volkanovski or Topuria next. Thanks to all the fans for their support. I arrived, I made weight, I was ready for anything. See you soon, maybe in Australia, maybe in Spain. We'll see what happens in the next few days. Thanks, Abu Dhabi. Prochazka is in Mexico right now, and he says his camp has started for his next fight. He is expected to take on Jamal Hill next. Also in Mexico right now is Alex Pereira. Magomed Ankalaev took a shot at Jamal Hill, saying this guy's still sleeping from the Alex knockout. This is in response to something Jamal Hill said about his fight with Alexander Rakic over the weekend.
Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rakic. Holy shit. What a pretty boring fight. Pretty boring, fellas. But I'm gonna be real. I'm always gonna be real whenever it comes to talking about fights. And this fight was boring. It showed a lack of weapons. I'm not gonna say on Rakic's side, because Rakic kind of got into his bag a little bit and kind of showed some of the weapons he has. Showed a lack of weapons on Magomed's end. I'll get into that later. It seems like we probably gonna be on a collision course. Rakic showed a lack of fight IQ, a real big lack of fight IQ. Magomed is wholeheartedly a counter fighter. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by lack of tools. Lack of tools is being able to come forward and enter things that actually get you forward. That's not something that he's good at doing, which against Alex, now that I'm saying, it's going to be a problem. Assuming he gets the title shot now, you know, you never know that giving somebody a title shot off of a performance like that. I mean, obviously he's got the resume. He deserves the title shot, but that performance sucked, and I know that they don't like him. So you never know.
Dana White seemed to indicate at the post-fight press conference that he liked the performance and Magomed will be getting the next title shot, but you do never know with the UFC. Things can always change, but Magomed expects the next title shot. 6-year undefeated, 13-fight winning streak. Say my name now, stop running, Alex Pereira. So there's some clarity in the division if Jiri takes on Hill and Ankalaev takes on Alex. Johnny Walker takes on Bogdan Guskov. Carlos Ulberg takes on Volkan Oezdemir. Azamat Murzakanov takes on Nikita Krylov. And Anthony Smith takes on Dominic Reyes. UFC moves the Octagon from Abu Dhabi to Edmonton, Alberta on Saturday. Flyweights are in the main event and co-main event. Brendan Moreno versus Amir Albazi in the main event. Title shot implications there. Aaron Blanchfield versus Rose Namajunas. 5-round co-main event. Before that, a heavyweight contest between Lewis and Denise that will result in a knockout. 4 ranked fighters on the prelims in the women's flyweight division. Ariana De Silva versus Jasmine Jasdavicius, number 13 and 14. And in the heavyweight division, number 13, Alexander Romanov takes on number 15, Rodrigo Nascimento. Khamzat squeeze is ridiculous. Messed up Whitaker's teeth, messed up Holland's eyes. Highly impressive performance, but it just confirmed what I already know. Nobody can fuck with him in round 1. But what happens in 2, 3, 4, and 5? We never seen him in the championship rounds. I wanted those questions answered, but he's too good. He finished the fight too fast. Maybe we can have some of those questions answered in his next fight if DDP or Strickland can get past that tumultuous storm of 5 minutes. The UFC Tampa card on December 14th has added Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla. That card needs a main event. As far as this fight goes, I'll go with Woodson via decision using his slick boxing to outpoint Padilla. Valentina Shevchenko in Fiji right now. There's some talk of her fighting Weili Zhang if Weili Zhang moves up and does a super fight, or she could take on Manon Fiorot.
For everyone who's been interested in taking my officiating courses, now is a great time because we've organized a shadow event for this next course coming up. So, you know, we have the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday days, and then that Friday we will all travel to a show, and the instructors who you've worked with me as well, will all be at the show, and you'll have an opportunity to do many of the things that you worked on during the course at the shadow event. It's a great time. Go to the website, check it out, herbdean.com.